record to 3-1 in conference this season. Really can get Maine and New Hampshire in their sights atop the America East standings. Meanwhile, Binghamton, a win to build on what we saw earlier this week against UMBC. And again, they could essentially save their season and be right in the mix for a postseason berth. Sam Breton, big part of the back line for Bryant this season, gets this one off. Marsteller for Binghamton has it, works this one back to Garofalo. Garofalo, all-rookie team member in America East last season, works this one down. Megan Baker has it go by her. Or Sophia Garofalo, all-rookie team member in America East. The America East Rookie of the Year a year ago, Paige Luke. And very much, unfortunately for Binghamton, Luke unable, due to a knee injury, to go for the rest of this season. So Binghamton without the services of Paige Luke, who had a bit of a different role, playing more midfield this season after a terrific season, 4 goals last season. But a chance for others to fill in the void. Corner coming for Binghamton. Here's Anna Buckwalter. Buckwalter has been a big contributor as a freshman. 3 goals this season, 8 points, tied for second. As she sends it across, bumped up with the head of Wandice. As a battle for it, near side. Marsteller gets it back to the sideline, but that one goes out of play. Haley Coons, big play to get it out of danger for Bryant. Now a turnover, Binghamton gets it back as Baker set for the throw. Clark giving chase for Binghamton. That one bounces out, closest to it for Bryant is Wandice. Wandice, the junior defender, first career goal against Maine earlier this week. 3-1 loss to Maine. Wandice had the lone tally. Whitney Valiant gets it off. Garofalo bumps it down. Here's Baker. Slides this one. Martillo across. Off the foot of Mackenzie Ryder. Ryder, senior defenders, had a nice season. 3 goals on the campaign for Binghamton, but now a rush as Catherine Bean carries ahead. Slides this one for Collins. Collins, leading scorer for Bryant, across as Caitlin Williams lined it up, saw that was going above the cage. Caitlin Williams on the season has played 540 out of the 990 minutes for Binghamton. So not quite an even split, but a significant split with Rebecca Kessler, who's played in 450 minutes on the season. Williams, nice numbers on the campaign. 117 goals against, 731 save percentage, a rush for the Bearcats across, and no one there to finish for Binghamton. Lauren Clark chasing it out of bounds. It'll be Bryant and Whitney Valiant, freshman defender from Concord, New Hampshire. Multiple-time All-State in New Hampshire for soccer, also once for track and field. State champion in the 800 meter. Also an impressive personal best, 5:20 in the 1600. Slide tackle loosens it up, and there's Marsteller to get it back to Williams. Slide by Herber is the one who got it free. Now another rush along the far sideline. Mimas Mimas leading scorer for Binghamton on cage and the stop. So Mejia with the stop. Again, Shannon Mejia and Selena Negron. Negron, a junior goalkeeper, and Mejia, the sophomore keeper. They've split time. Andy Biggs telling us they're both capable. They can handle crosses well. Same with the back passes, and both are good shot stoppers. He has, smaller things he sees in their games that he feels like, depending on the matchup, plays into his choice as to which one to play. Both have had strong numbers this season. A giveaway here. Martillo takes it for Binghamton. Over to Clark. Trying to get a step, but offside's the call. And that one was headed wide and then behind the cage as Windace trying to recover for Bryant. There's a look at Lauren Clark. Clark on the season, a goal and an assist. Last season, 4 goals in 15 games for Binghamton. She was voted the team's offensive MVP. Here's Isabella Martillo, one of the players that's being looked upon here by Binghamton to help fill the void that was left due to the injury suffered by Paige Luke. Windice gets the header on it check that. That was actually Sam Breton getting the header on it for Bryant. Got it out of danger for a moment, but Falvo carries ahead. Off to Mimas, across. Ryder trying to line up under it. She does and sends it just above the cage. Mackenzie Ryder elevating above a pair of Bulldogs. Pretty good chance there for the Bearcats. Ryder 5 feet 8 inches, and she got taller than that. As that one sent across by Mimas. Martillo back to Garofalo. Binghamton has controlled play here in the early going. Baker giving chase. Mejia did not play her freshman season, so these games here this season, this is her 7th appearance of the year. These are the first ones of her collegiate career. And that one out of play. So good pressure by Ryder as the give and go with Breton did not work for Bryant. And now it is the freshman Buckwalter on the corner. Freshman from Birdsboro, Pennsylvania. 3rd in the nation for most points in a season with 63 as a sophomore at Daniel Boone Area High School. Had 30 goals that season. Across and elevating to get a piece, Whitney Valiant. So off the head of Valiant, Bearcats will set up a corner on the near side. Once again, Buckwalter. Two assists on the season for Buckwalter. Looking to set up another one here. That one above the cage again. Looked like that was Megan Baker, and they've gotten it for Binghamton. Freshman Valiant, first touch for Bryant, though. Clark takes it away. Can't advance. Ryder trying to clean it up. And collides with Clark. Looked like they were both trying to slide and poke that one free. They collide. Binghamton maintains possession. Gonna look at Lauren Clark. She'll head top of the box as Garofalo to line it up for Binghamton. Garofalo did have a goal a season ago. Hands this one off, Martillo. Across. Garofalo misses on the header. Valiant sweeps it away, out of play, and Binghamton maintains possession. It's been a refrain here in the first 10 minutes of this contest. Bearcats controlling play. Martillo, the throw, gets by the right foot of Valiant, and on cage, Mejia out to play it. Well, something to note, if Bryant can get some sustained possession, 18 goals this season in 12 games. Andy Biggs feels like his team has improved offensively this season. A number of players who can create and who can finish, as the 18 goals, again, leading scorer, Jordan Collins with 3. But 13 players overall with at least 1 goal for Bryant this season. Binghamton's been a bit more concentrated in their scoring. 5 goal scorers, but 4 players with at least 3 goals. Mackenzie Ryder and a Buckwalter each with 3. Ja'Kiah Davis with 4, and Hannah Mimas with 5. 16 goals overall this season in 11 games for Binghamton. And again, to highlight the season that Ja'Kiah Davis has had, again, the early season injury has limited her to just 7 games this season, 4 goals in those 7 games, and that's been coming off the bench. Baker, Martillo. Martillo gets it back to Baker, right along the end line, though, and out of play. I asked Andy Biggs if he'd like to see either Mejia or Negron kind of pull away, establish themselves as that number 1 keeper. And as Mejia might get tested again here, Catherine Bean hands this one off to Wandice, who gets it away. Bean has been terrific for Bryant during the course of her career. Here's Ryder off the heel of Clark and swept away. Breton sends it out of play, so Binghamton controls. But going back to the goalkeeping rotation, Andy Biggs at this point likes to look at the matchups and choose. So whether one of his keepers does establish themselves as the number 1 remains to be seen. Poked out, stepping up on Megan Baker was Carly Warren, senior forward from Winslow, Maine. There's Baker. Back to Garofalo. Herber. Ryder trying to get under it, instead goes off the head of Breton. And it looks like another corner setting up here for Binghamton. Be the 4th one of the afternoon here for the Bearcats. And kind of illustrating just how much more possession Binghamton has had here this afternoon. 4th corner. We're not even 14 minutes into the contest. Buckwalter across. Ryder again gets the head on it, and Mejia gets the mitts on it for the stop. Ryder really has been so effective on these set pieces. Warren pokes this one back. Lauren Clark, nice job to take it away and sidestep Carly Warren. Here is Buckwalter, but stepping in, Catherine Bean knocks it loose. All-conference second team member a season ago. Bean sets it up for Bryant. Here's Warren. Down the near side, Haley Coons met by Garofalo. Bean 2 goals, 4 assists last season. And this season for Bryant, Bean has a goal and 4 assists. Skilled playmaker and finisher for this Bryant team. Emily Supple gets a foot on it there. Herber gonna work it out of danger. Valiant under it. Here's Supple again. Slides it to Collins. Collins puts it wide of the cage. It's been 2 trips down offensively for Bryant, both times Collins looking to finish. Caitlin Williams, second team All-America East last season as a sophomore. 1.17 goals against, 798 save percentage. Hands it off to Herbert. Baker. Mimas looking for some room on that far side, tracking her. Madison Luke, Paige Luke's sister. Mimas cuts it up top, trying to put it through traffic. Madison Luke's been a big part of this Bryant team this season. Andy Biggs telling us that she's such a versatile player. She's so well conditioned, she can defend as part of the back four and also join in the attack. Speaking of attack, here's Anna Buckwalter. Buckwalter trying to go wide on Griffin, who bumps her. Buckwalter down to the turf. Binghamton maintains possession. Baker gets it back, and Mejia. Easy handle for her. Valiant again. She's been very much involved, although really not a surprise as a defender how much Binghamton has had the ball in the offensive zone. The Bryant defenders are going to have to be pretty active. I'm sure she'd like to be less so here if her offense can get going. Slide by Martillo knocks this one out of play, and Valiant is there. Another rush by the Bearcats. Lauren Clark going after it. Mejia out and dives on that one. Clouds darkening here at the Bearcats Sports Complex. We've had fairly steady rain in the morning. It is not raining right now. Stopped maybe about a half an hour before this contest, but showers in the forecast this afternoon. Here's Collins. Collins looking for a step. Won't get it. Allison Falvo staying stride for stride with Collins. Here's Madison Luke with the throw. Bean tries to turn the corner. Herbert stays with her. Valiant set to throw it in. Martillo, nice job to not get free, but right to the back line of Bryant. Griffin, or check then, that was Wandice getting it back to her keeper, Mejia. Garofalo knocked around at the midfield, taken by Griffin. Collins slides that one ahead, knocked around Herbert. Able to get it back to midfield. Ryder stepping up on it for Binghamton. Ryder pressured by Valiant. Sends it off the backside of Michaela Griffin. Baker, this could be a pretty good ball for her. Megan Baker puts it across. That one went off the foot of Carly Warren as she sent it across. Martillo on the throw for Binghamton. Back to Garofalo. Baker waits for it and cannot keep it in play. Garofalo going to thread the needle. Buckwalter, Martillo. Martillo across. Ryder looking for control. Gets this one to the back line and out. And officials evidently judge it went off a Bryant defender. So Buckwalter all set to set up the fifth corner of the afternoon for Binghamton. There's a header just past the corner. Megan Baker able to keep it in play and in a pretty good spot for Binghamton, but just wide of the cage. Three shots on goal for the Bearcats to none for Bryant. In fact, overall shots 8-1 in favor of Binghamton, but we are scoreless. Carly Warren off the foot of Martillo, out of play. Herbert gets it back to Williams. One touch to midfield. Mimas giving chase, but won't get there. Ryder, nifty move at midfield, getting some space. Buckwalter looking for control for Binghamton. She gets it. Good job stepping up, though, to take it away. Nice play there as Buckwalter was looking to carry ahead, but Haley Coons for Bryant, senior midfielder, took it away. Madison Luke set to throw. Ryder drops this one off. Here's Buckwalter. Pretty good ball there. Actually, no, offside, the call. As the rain picks back up here in Vestal, New York. As those, you saw the sky get darker and darker. Figured it was just a matter of time before the rain rolled in. Carly Warren at midfield. Now Catherine Bean sends it ahead, looking for Collins. Will have a second chance to send Collins. Collins looking to get a step on Herbert. Collins, little stutter step there as the ball makes its way out. There's a close look at the rain. It's really picked up here. Came back with a vengeance. Martillo first on it. Angles it to Baker. Baker shaking away from the defender Warren. Back to Garofalo. There's Marsteller. Mimas. Tracked by Madison Luke. Mimas against Luke. This matchup has happened more than once here. Marsteller can't get it by the line of Bryant, but breaking free. Clark sends this one wide. Best time and space combination for Binghamton this afternoon, but Clark misfiring. Valvo back to Herbert. Good elevation there by Wandice, but picked up. The shot saved by Mejia. Trying to take advantage of the loose ball at her feet, Mackenzie Ryder. Deflected. There's Supple trying to get out of danger. Madison Luke won't get there in time for Bryant. Marsteller sweeps this one back to Garofalo. Long ball, Garofalo deflected past the feet of Marsteller. Jordan Collins sends it up but not out. Marsteller has it. Herbert to Garofalo. Martillo sends this ahead. Buckwalter back. Baker. And that one out of play. The collision between Buckwalter and Valiant. And a card out for Valiant. Yellow card for Valiant. Martillo setting it up. Brooke Herbert over to take it for Binghamton. Herbert sends it. On the ground, shot by Martillo goes wide. Substitution coming in for Binghamton, our player to watch, Jakaya Davis. Again, such a lethal weapon off the bench, 4 goals in 7 games, 2 last time out in the 4-3 win at UMBC. In for Lauren Clark. Baker can't handle that one. Coons loses it to Martillo. Garofalo over to Herbert. Marsteller, one touch back to Garofalo. Wandice heads it away. Martillo, though, back with it for Binghamton. Williams stepping up on it. Here's Herbert. Collins going to shake away from Buckwalter. And now gets it back. A give and go. Collins can get by Falvo. Herbert steps in. Pokes it out of play. Luke on the throw. Back to Griffin. Griffin could not get it by Garofalo, who blocks that one. Here's a chance, headed wide. Well, Jersey Mike's is a proud supporter of America East women's sports. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Bella Brown, first touch for her. So Brown in for Buckwalter. That substitution just happened for Binghamton. When we talked to Neil Bhattacharjee about replacing Paige Luke and all she brings, he mentioned a couple of players, Bella Brown being one, Isabella Martillo being the other, that really have to kind of chip in, combine their efforts to help make up for the loss of Paige Luke. Here's Mackenzie Ryder. She finds herself with some space. Tamimis in front. Davis coming on cage and could not redirect on net as she collides with Mejia. Chikaya Davis, no question, has been a dangerous player for Binghamton in her somewhat limited time this season. Get an injury in the summer. Slowed her progression a bit. Had to work up her fitness and be in game shape before getting back into games. Neil Bhattacharjee getting her in off the bench. And she certainly has produced with the 4 goals in 7 games this season. Garofalo over to Herbert. Catherine Bean chasing it for UMBC. Falvo down to Mimas. Gives it back to Falvo, returns the favor. Mimas. Breton connecting with her. Sam Breton knocks it out of play. On cage, Mejia got a piece, can't control. Martillo sends it wide. Shots are 13-1 in favor of Binghamton. 4 of those 13 have been on goal for the Bearcats. No shots on goal as of yet for Bryant. Sure, a degree of frustration for Binghamton that they've had this possession, this dominant time of possession, have had 4 shots on goal and nothing to show for it as of yet. Collins over to Supple. Deflected off Martillo, stepping in Bella Brown, but a whistle. And Bryant control. Valiant with the left foot. She was looking for Coons, couldn't connect. Coons between a pair of Binghamton defenders and Garofalo and Baker. Megan Baker's covered a lot of ground here this afternoon for Binghamton. And she'll cover more as she comes ahead of this dribble by by Garofalo. That goes past Davis to the midfield, bouncing, Baker to throw. Sky Davis gives it back to Baker. In addition to the 4 goals for Davis, she doesn't have an assist, but we've seen her during the course of the season get more and more involved in setting up some teammates. Some substitutions coming in for Bryant. Jenna Quill and Samantha Zaslaw coming in for Bryant. Quill, a junior defender. Zaslaw, sophomore forward. Under 10 to go here in the first half. Well, Davis drew a double team. One of those defenders, Caitlin Forche, knocked it out of play. Here's Baker from the corner. Backing up Mejia, makes the stop. Falvo. Back to Herber. Forche, first touch, at least first touch moving forward. And Herber has it for Binghamton. Collins looking for Bean. Herber stepped in the way, gets to Falvo. 8:40 left here in the first half. Rain has subsided. Mimas. 14-1 shot advantage for Binghamton. 4-0 shot on goal advantage for Binghamton. Could be another chance here. Mejia knocked it loose. And good job. Heads up play by Breton to get it out of danger. Baker ahead. Breton again, this time with the header. Collins waiting for it. And to midfield. So Binghamton has to be thrilled with its possession and frustrated to have nothing to show for it. Luke ahead to Collins. Collins ran into 3 Bearcats, and Marsteller takes it away. Ryder looking for Mimas. Mimas against Luke once again. Mimas across, past the head of Davis. Valiant got it out of danger for a moment, and Mimas sends this one wide, bouncing to the corner. Baker a piece, but Forche has it. Met by Bella Brown. Off of Forche, and Binghamton with the throw. It's Megan Baker. As Baker tried to return it to Davis off the foot of Forche. Baker moving back for the throw. Ryder gets it back to Baker. And Martillo, I don't know if she was expecting it, goes by her. And maybe worried about the offsides. By the way, if anything I say on air sounds smart, it's probably because our director, Emma Calling, former Binghamton University Bearcat, is giving me the heads up about it. Baker backpedaling. It's going to be Brown who heads it down. Ryder, one touch. Martillo back to Ryder. Mackenzie Ryder. And Mejia out to take it. 6 minutes to go here in the first. Some elusive sunshine making its way over the Bearcats sports complex. Megan Baker on the interception. Brown, and the slide by Valiant. A gamble by Valiant paid off. Davis immediately draws Forshea to her, who takes it away. Brown keeps it in. Windice works this one near midfield. Marsteller back to Herber. Herber keeps that one away from Bean, who is looking to head in. Brown, the one-touch pass, the right foot of Martillo, and Windice sends it back to midfield. Settled by Griffin. Chips this one to Quill. Ahead. Some room for Collins. Jordan Collins. Deflected back, top of the box. Martillo takes it away for Binghamton. Mimas met by Luke. Madison Luke and Hannah Mimas. They didn't know each other before this afternoon. They certainly do now. Griffin. Backpedaling, waiting for it, Forshea. Forshea one-on-one with Baker. And Baker gets it out of play. We have not been down on this side of the field often this afternoon. Baker takes it away from Forshea, gets it from Garofalo. Cutting in front of Davis is Windice. This one will stay in play. Breton having to play it. Davis is on her. Breton kicks it out, and so Binghamton a chance to set up once again in the offensive zone. Approaching 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Zaslav sends this one ahead. Bean, it would have been offside, so a foul against Binghamton, and that will set this one up for Bryant as Catherine Bean sets it down. Bean is a freshman. 7 goals, 6 assists, 20 points, the most in the program's Division I history. They come to America East. She makes the All-America East second team last season. Sets this one up here. This one coming on net and goes above the cage as Caitlin Williams backpedaling, tracking that one. Well, today we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, a month-long celebration of Hispanic and Latinx culture. The celebration began on September 15th to reflect the anniversary of the independence of multiple Latin American countries, and will continue until October 15th. Garofalo lines this one up. Back to Caitlin Williams. Forshea heads it down. Well, if teams earned style points, Binghamton would be well ahead. But we are scoreless here, approaching under a minute and a half to go here in this first half. A 14-2 shot advantage, a 4-0 shot on goal advantage for Binghamton. A couple of Bearcats collide there. Garofalo and Brown. This allows Forshea to make a play on cage, and a goal off the hand of Williams, and Forshea gets the goal for Bryant, the freshman forward. That's the first career goal for Forshea. Off the right hand of Williams. And with just over a minute left in the half, Bryant takes the 1-0 lead. Well, no question the Bearcats have outplayed Bryant in the first half of this contest. And no question, Bryant has a 1-0 lead. Martillo, near side looking for Baker. Forshea breaks it up. She's had a nice game defensively as well. She's been in that defensive zone so often here in the first half. Garofalo to Mimas. Mimas. Jordan Collins gets it. Ahead for Bean. Collins off her left foot. Luke heads it down. Here's Collins. 9 seconds to go. And this game, or this half, I should say, will end. And a somewhat stunned Bearcats sideline. Both of these clubs. And Maine and New Hampshire have gotten off to 4-0 starts this season in conference, and everyone else kind of bunched up. And Binghamton looking to make it tighter and looking to pull even with Bryant here in the standings, but would need a win, which means at least a couple of goals here in the second half. Marsteller reaching out her right foot, can't control Bean between Garofalo and Marsteller, sends this one ahead. Herber pokes it back. Megan Baker. Bean bumps it down. Over to Supple. Works this one back. Supple gets it back. Here's Luke. Madison Luke. Spent much of the first half marked up with Hannah Mimas for Binghamton. Bouncing to the feet of Bean. Works this one to the far side. That one will go high and wide of Caitlin Williams. That's the freshman forward, Caitlin Forshea, the game's lone goal scorer. Looked like she got Baker maybe turned around a bit to get some space to take that shot. Here's Baker on the sideline and keep it in. She does. And off the foot of Forshea. Forshea, a substitute in the first half, starts things off here in the second. And why not? She's had a great impact on this one. Martillo slides it ahead, loose. Quill after it for Bryant. This one's still alive on the sideline. Now Quill throws it in. Bit quick on the throw. And so quick that she tried to sneak one in there. It's going to be Binghamton throw. The rain has returned. In the first half, we saw a shower, pretty heavy one, but it came and went. We'll see if the rain sticks around here a bit longer. Bean under it. Garofalo takes it away for Binghamton. Ryder pokes at it, gets it to the back line for Herbert. Falvo. Mimas on the near side. Mimas and Luke matched up. Luke gets a piece and sends that one out of play. Luke's done a nice job against the leading goal scorer in America East, Hannah Mimas, with 5 on the season. Looks like that one went off the left foot of Falvo. So Luke will throw in for Bryant. Marsteller marks that one over. Far side for Baker. Baker trying to get a step on Forshea. Stepping in is fellow freshman Whitney Valiant. And now the advance, looking for some numbers. Right now it's 1 on 5, and one of those 5 for Binghamton. Garofalo knocks it away from Zaslaw. And we have a card out. Right now, Catherine Bean has her palms up, wondering what was the foul for. Garofalo sends it away. Windice works that one out of play. A throw coming for Binghamton. Lauren Clark will hand it off. Here comes Baker. Herbert sends it. Marsteller keeping it alive for the Bearcats. Back to Herbert. Here's Buckwalter stepping in, deflected. Buckwalter looking for control. Back to Martillo. That one blocked. And here's Bean for Bryant. Gets it by Garofalo. A foot raise. Zaslaw looking for the angle. Zaslaw sends it near the cage. It heads wide. Zaslaw, sophomore forward, sets up the corner as Jenna Quill will drop it. First corner kick of the afternoon for Bryant. Binghamton had 5 in the first half. Quill sends it. Garofalo got a piece for Binghamton as Martillo sends this one out. Madison Luke on the throw. There's Bean. Slides this one over to Jenna Quill. Bean marked up by Buckwalter, loses it. Bean has some space. Works it back to Supple. Bean, as Mimas comes in on her, takes it away. Buckwalter gets it to Mimas, who works it to the back line. It's Brooke Herbert with it to Garofalo. Off the foot of Valiant and out of play. Binghamton on the throw. Across, Mimas waiting. Luke gets a piece. A shot deflected in the air as Lauren Clark tried to get it on cage, but deflected up and out. Martillo hands off to Baker. Herbert trying to advance. Pass broken up by Luke. Mejia steps into that one. Bean waiting. Marsteller gets there first, but sends it right to the foot of Zaslaw. Zaslaw held up by Garofalo. That one was pretty obvious. Credit the speed of Zaslaw for forcing the foul by Garofalo. Take another look. Garofalo, number 30, is just going to grab the jersey and the right arm of Zaslaw. Zaslaw, sophomore. Couple of goals this season, had 2 last season. It looks like Bean will line it up for Bryant. Bean's closest to it, backing up Jenna Quill, number 2. Caitlin Williams able to handle that one. Collins. Falvo knocked it loose, and here's Marsteller getting it to Falvo. Martillo racing to it. Clark over to Mimas, but Madison Luke gets the header on it, and now coming is Samantha Breton to get it out of danger. Luke plays this one up. Collins trying to get away from Clark. She does. Clark slipped a bit. Here's Collins. Off of Marsteller and stays in play. Falvo plays it. Herber sends it, racing to it. Samantha Breton for Bryant. Madison Luke on the throw. Bean looking to line it up. Buckwalter stepped up on her. Bean this time looking to take it away from Clark. Clark gets it to her back line. Falvo over to her keeper Williams. Mimas plays this one ahead. Falvo, one touch off the head of Breton. Marsteller gets it down to the turf. Here's Buckwalter. Pokes it over to Martillo. Megan Baker. And it's corner coming up for Binghamton. First corner of the half, 6th of the game for the Bearcats. Buckwalter heading over. Buckwalter sends a line drive over the heads of a number of players as it comes across. Garofalo back to Marsteller. Baker can't do much with it. Clark, this shot and a goal! Bearcats tie it. They're hugging in the rain as Binghamton has tied up Bryant 1-1. Lauren Clark with the goal. Clark's second of this season. Baker gets the assist. Massive tally by Lauren Clark. The team's offensive MVP a year ago, scoring an awfully valuable goal here. We're tied at 1 as Clark intercepts. Jakaya Davis is in. She came in to substitute for Mimas. So Mimas, the leading goal scorer in America East, heads to the bench as America East's leading freshman goal scorer, Jakaya Davis, comes in. Mimas has been stuck on that total of 5 goals on this season. Neil Bhattacharjee saying that she's certainly getting more attention from the opposition, which could play a part in that. Garofalo sends this one. And you can tell the rain has really picked up. Again, the wet conditions may have played a factor in the Bryant goal. The attempted punch by Williams and net, unsuccessful. We'll see if the conditions here play a role in what might be a game-deciding goal. Madison Luke. Supple slides this one over to Valiant. The freshman Forche has the goal along the far sideline, taken away. That one will ride the sideline. Jakaya Davis for Binghamton, again off the bench. Davis, a slide by Wandice, thwarted the rush by Jakaya Davis. We've had a number of whistles. Neil Bhattacharjee, I think he wanted the substitution to come in. Wasn't allowed. Now we'll have Bella Brown stepping in for Binghamton, coming in for Isabella Martillo. Ryder heads down to the turf as she made contact with that one. Herber settling it, gets it back to Williams. Binghamton on the season, including today, has outscored its opponents 11-6 in second halves of games this season, including today. Bryant has been outscored by its opponents 11-6 in second halves of games this season. Buckwalter over to Herber. Clark has the goal for Binghamton, her second of the year. Jakaya Davis trying to get there for Binghamton. Now Buckwalter, met by Bean. Buckwalter passes by her, looks to thread the needle, but Whitney Valiant gets it up to midfield for Bryant. And here is Zaslaw. Zaslaw marked up by Bella Brown, goes out of play. So as Garofalo hits the turf, we have a whistle. Looks like a foul there. Foul against Zaslaw would be my guess. Ryder, Buckwalter, Bella Brown, again off the bench here in the second half for Binghamton. Megan Baker. Baker spinning around for Shea. Baker works this one across this line by Clark. Can't do much with it. And now Supple works this one ahead for Bean. Sends in Collins. Can't get by the double team of Falvo and Herbert. Herbert takes it away. Breton racing back. Jakaya Davis for Binghamton. Substitute coming in for Bryant, Michaela Griffin. Griffin, graduate student midfielder, in for Jenna Quill. Griffin, an NEC all-rookie team member back in 2021. So again, she's been with this program as a graduate student for 5 years now. Back to the NEC days, a collision between Bean and Herbert midfield. And as it heads out of play, it will be Bryant and Madison Luke with the throw. And we have Bean needing a moment again after that collision with Brooke Herbert. Shoulder to shoulder. See, Herbert bounced off and Bean needed a moment. Bean is back up. Bean 4 assists on the season to go along with a couple of goals. Collins has some space. Here's Jordan Collins. And that one goes off of Herbert out of play. Michaela Griffin. Griffin, 3 goals last season, tied her with Collins for the team lead. Has 2 goals this season. Back for Luke. Luke, the shot goes wide. Zaslaw passes this one back. Herbert. Griffin knocked off, but Bean has it. Over to Supple. Supple carrying ahead. Supple drops it for Collins. Back up top, Luke. One touch. Here's Griffin. Forshea has the goal for Bryant. Lines it up again, but the slide by Garofalo knocks it loose. In the air this time, Herbert with the header. Buckwalter getting close to Brown there. Bella Brown and Buckwalter bunching up a bit. Here's Valiant on the throw. Forshea bumping with Brown. That draws the foul. Binghamton will control. A look at Catherine Bean. Decorated player with this Bryant program. Mackenzie Ryder looking like she got a piece along with Anna Buckwalter, but it goes wide. Forshea in the first, Lauren Clark in the second for Binghamton. And we're tied at 1. Supple getting a piece. Heads out of play. Emily Supple from Wilmington, Delaware. As we see Madison Luke getting set to throw. Supple, a 3-time state champion at Cape Elizabeth High School. In her high school career, a 59-2 record. And Supple sends this one to the midfield. Valiant getting an angle on it. Plays it with the left foot ahead, looking to send in Forshea. Forshea giving chase, so is Garofalo for Binghamton. And the push by Forshea. Whistle. Will we have a card is the question. Forshea arguing her case. Forshea, just a freshman, maybe showing some wisdom beyond her years. Talking herself out of a card. Collins, poked away by Allison Falvo. Substitution coming in, Ava Feely coming in for Catherine Bean. So we saw Bean shaken up a couple of minutes ago. She'll be able to go to the sideline as the sophomore forward Ava Feely comes in. Feely spending her freshman season with Boston College, had an assist in 9 games with the Eagles last season. A steady and somewhat heavy rain has been constant here in the second half. Mackenzie Ryder plays it ahead. Jakaya Davis, a chance to run to it. Davis on it. Davis, the shot that goes wide. Again, 4 goals in 7 games for Davis. Valiant and Davis meet up on the far sideline. Valiant on the throw. First touch by Feely. In off the bench. Gets to midfield, but Herber has it for Binghamton. Falvo backpedaling. And a bit long for Falvo by Herber. Maddie Luke on the throw. Luke's SDA 04 Blasters club team, back-to-back national champions back in 2016 and 2017. One of 2 national champions on the pitch right now. You see number 9 for Binghamton, Bella Brown, in the fray here. Advance for Bryant off the head of Griffin and bounces out of play. Bella Brown had a national club team championship as well. The USYS team in 2022 from Philadelphia. Hit a Mimas in for Lauren Clark. So Mimas stepped to the sideline when Jakaya Davis came in here earlier in the second half. Now she comes in for Binghamton's goal scorer in this game, Lauren Clark. Here's Davis trying to line it up. Davis plays this one, but could not make the connection. Collins. Herber able to take that one away from Feely. Davis gets the header on it. And now Mejia. Falvo to throw in for Binghamton. Garofalo, powerful right leg, works it to the near side for Mimas. Marsteller back. Herber lines this one up. Mejia, and she has to play it cleanly. Jakaya Davis is there in case anything fell loose. That one off the side of the foot of Mejia. Falvo got a piece. Buckwalter hands it to Mimas, who does the same for Marsteller at midfield. She's looking for Baker. Baker trying to get by Forshea. Back to Bella Brown. Here's Davis. Worked it down past Valiant, but Wandai stepped in to work it to midfield for Bryant. Garofalo looking for Davis. And Davis has some space as Valiant fell. Davis works this one, looking for Ryder, too long on the pass. Supple intercepts, gets it to midfield. Bella Brown. Ryder couldn't do much with that one. Supple plays it ahead. Baker trying to make a play on it for Binghamton. Instead, Griffin with it for Bryant. Back for Supple. Poked free of the slide by Ryder. And here's Mimas. Now Supple with the slide. Bella Brown looking for control. Griffin has it for Bryant. Valiant, left foot, plays it ahead. Comes to Garofalo. We're tied at 1. Bearcats dominated the first half. But found themselves trailing. Here's Baker, some space. Baker advancing, sends it across. Settled by Mimas, her shot. That one just deflected away. Now the chance and a goal! Second of the half for Binghamton to take the lead. 2-1. Hannah Mimas got the initial chance and followed it up. 6th goal of this season. Mimas' 6th goal in 12 games, so half a goal per game puts her 3rd in that category in America East. Overall 4th in America East now with, or check that, 3rd in America East with 6 goals. So the 2nd straight multi-goal comeback for Binghamton to take a lead. It resulted in victory earlier this week at UMBC. Will it do the same here this afternoon? Allison Falvo takes it off the feet of Collins. Ryder. Falvo giving chase. Just keeps it in. Nice play by Allison Falvo. Works it back to Mimas. Davis pokes it loose. Buckwalter finds some room, puts on the shot block. Back to Mimas. Hannah Mimas. And stepping in to sweep that one away was Samantha Breton. Garofalo sends this one. Ryder with a piece for Binghamton. Marsteller hanging tight there on Ava Feely. Substitutions coming in. Allison McCrisky, Catherine Bean, and Tatum Corden are in for Bryant as Corden throws it in. I'm no meteorologist, but it looks to be a downpour here in Vestal, New York. I don't know exactly how heavily it needs to precipitate for that distinction, but it certainly feels that way. No possible offsides, and Corden steps in, helps to intercept. Bean ahead to McCrisky. Now back to Bean. Marsteller tracks her. Bean sends this one back. Griffin plays it to the far side. For Shea. That one makes its way to the cage as Williams has to step in front of McCrisky to make the stop. Martillo keeps it in play. Shakaya Davis. Davis gets a step. Davis keeps control, puts on the shot. Mejia comes out to challenge and makes the save. Well, contact there by Davis, so the foul on her as Valiant gets back up off the turf. Marsteller ahead to Buckwalter, over to Falvo. Davis bumps this one down. Martillo back to Brown. Garofalo takes it from Herber. Buckwalter sending it to space. Baker sends it in front, and Mejia with the stop. Mejia on the day, 6 saves on 8 Binghamton shots. Binghamton out shooting Bryant 23-6, including 8-2 in shots on goal. There's Martillo, voted teammate of the year last season as she hands this one off to Baker. Martillo played in just one game against Lemoyne last season. Senior midfielder, actually had a tough start to her career, missed the 21 season due to injury. Wandice sends it out of play. But Martillo, much larger role this season. This is her 11th game. She's played 11 of the 12 Binghamton has played this season. And again, in the absence of Paige Luke, a lot more minutes in the midfield for Martillo. And she's responded well to the bigger role. A slide there as Martillo heads down to the turf. And a card coming out, and it's coming out on Forshea, who talked her way out of a card earlier in the game. It's a yellow. Had she not shown some diplomatic skills earlier. She may be out of this game with what would have been her second yellow card. Instead, that's her first. Brooke Herber setting it up for Binghamton. Bearcats looking for breathing room. 3 second-half goals against UMBC earlier this week, looking for the third of the second half here today. Valiant heads it away. And here's Forshea. Forshea. A slide tackle. Baker looking for possession for Binghamton. It's going to go to Bryant. Valiant on the throw. Substitution coming in as Haley Coons will step in for Ava Feely. Martillo steps in, knocks it loose for Binghamton. Here's Buckwalter. Baker sends it out of play. Bean pokes it loose. Supple takes the bump by Buckwalter, bounces off, works it to Bean. Picked up by Forshea. The block maybe inadvertently by Baker. Not sure she saw it, but catches up to it and sends it out of play. Valiant on the throw. It's Griffin back to Valiant. Just off the bench, Haley Coons. Some fresh legs on there. Hands off to Bean, who's looking to get it back, but Marsteller intercepts for Binghamton. Here's Mimas. Mimas, a goal in the second half, her sixth to lead the Bearcats. Falvo backpedaling. Final 10 minutes here. Binghamton looking for the victory. A win would pull them even with Bryant. Get them right in the mix in the middle of the America East standings. Again, the top 6 teams make it to the postseason. It's early. This is the 4th league game, but it's not too early. Especially considering where Binghamton was just a few days ago. Game against UMBC with an 0-2 conference record, down 3-0 to UMBC. It looked like Binghamton's conference season, may have been over before it began, as this one goes off the foot of Corden and onto the mitts of Shannon Mejia. But a comeback, multi-goal comeback, erasing the 3-0 deficit for a 4-3 win against UMBC. And here, so far, erasing a 1-0 deficit to take a 2-1 lead here in the final 9 minutes. As Marsteller will commit the foul. Corden, near side, loses this one. Mimas with it. Buckwalter. Over to Martillo. Trying to send it to Davis in space, but filling that space, Whitney Valiant. Forshea has a goal. Bean with space at midfield. Catherine Bean. Marsteller trying to track her as Bean hands this one off. Couldn't connect with Mokriski. And Binghamton will have possession. Falvo can't reach it. There's Corden on the throw. Sophomore defender, played 11 games, 263 minutes as a freshman last season. Throws this one in for Supple. Supple, some space. Garofalo chipped it free. Herbert trying to hold off Mokriski. The rain picks up again as Bryant sets up the corner. Bean and Griffin are there at the corner. Bean just dropped it down. In the air. Ryder heads it away for the Bearcats as Breton tracks it down for Bryant. Now she gets it back. Back in the air, Marsteller. Got a touch for Binghamton. Here's Clark. And the collision. Actually, check that. That was Ryder. She bounces back up. But here was Mokriski on it. Mokriski down to Bean. 6.5 to go. Bean drops it back to Supple. Ryder getting back in the play for Binghamton as Supple passes back. Valiant through some traffic. It goes wide. And we have a player down for Binghamton. Martillo. So each team will take a minute here with 5:58 left to go in the second half. Looks like that left leg of Martillo will get some attention. Now, a bit of a breather here for both teams. Maybe will benefit Binghamton. Again, having to close out this 2-1 lead. Chance for a breather. Bearcats here against Bryant. Stay at home against NJIT on Thursday. Stay at home and in America East. Then away at Vermont on October 20th, a week from today. And home against UMass Lowell on the 27th before finishing on the road at University of Albany on Halloween at 7 o'clock as Martillo heads off. So Martillo heads off. Bella Brown steps in with 5:58 left to go. Bearcats looking for their second consecutive come-from-behind victory. Carly Warren is in for Bryant. So in addition to the break on the sideline, teams getting some fresh legs on the pitch for the final almost 6 minutes. Here's Davis. Ja'Kiah Davis. Tracked by Whitney Valiant. Davis along the sideline, now met by Collins, trying to get past the double team. Slides, ball comes out of play, and Bryant will have control. Well, it might not be Bryant control. Looks like Valiant's going to have a card. Or will it go on Ja'Kiah Davis? As it looks like Valiant is maintaining possession on the throw. Again, Davis met by the double team of Valiant and Jordan Collins along the sideline. I thought did all she could. Buckwalter in the corner. Again, Jordan Collins comes in with Valiant. Now it's out of play. So it is Ja'Kiah Davis with the yellow card. Catching up to it for Bryant, keeping it alive. Carly Warren Needed to use those fresh legs of hers coming off the bench. Did this go out of play? It did. Tatum Corden couldn't keep it in play. Here's Warren. Down the near sideline, Warren. Warren looking for space, won't find it as Falvo takes it away. Sends this one ahead. Ja'Kian Davis giving chase, but Breton has the angle, gets it to Mejia. Wandice. Collins heads this one, stays in play. Garofalo kicks it away from Coons and out of play. Under 4 to go. Valiant maybe was trying to sneak up ahead further in the zone on the throw. Bean works this one back to midfield. Here's Supple. Although coming up quickly to take it away, Hannah Mimas. Ryder sends it to space. Mejia will pick it up. Coons got a piece with a header. Bean has it for Bryant. Sends it to space where Warren chases it down. Warren across. Collins heads this one high and wide. Substitution coming in. Lauren Clark is in for Hannah Mimas. Clark had the first of 2 Binghamton goals, Mimas the other. And a 2-1 Binghamton lead here in the final 3:13. Caitlin Williams drops this one down. Garofalo try to go over Coons on the header. Coons, though, gets it to Collins. Caitlin Williams out to challenge, and neither has to touch as it heads out of play. Williams gave up a frustrating one in the first half, at the end of the first half. For Shea, the goal. Williams tracked it, had it with the punch, and again, whether it was because it was a slick ball or not, the punch just didn't work as it usually does for Williams. Header by Valiant. Bean sends this one to Collins. Collins. And Bella Brown able to get a right foot on that one. Out of play on Collins, and Binghamton with control. Approaching 2 minutes left in this one. Actually, that was Baker. That was Megan Baker with the play for Binghamton. We do have a final elsewhere in America East. Maine has defeated UMBC, so Maine goes to 5-0 this season in America East play. But that means Binghamton with a win would not only pull itself even with Bryant, but overtake UMBC. Garofalo, midfield, gets some elevation, works it to Marsteller. Davis up to midfield, working it back to Falvo. Played quickly, looking for Clark. Gets by her, near side, kept in by Carly Warren. Marsteller works it out. So Bryant in a hurry. Warren, met by Marsteller. Herber Backpedaling. Will she get a chance to play it? Collides instead with Coons. Clock continues, under a minute to play. Bean has to set it up quickly. Mejia from her own cage coming to be an extra field player. And now the clock stops with 42 seconds left to go. Davis instructed to move back. So Mejia out of net, becoming an extra player on the field for Bryant. Bean, this one bouncing near the cage, knocked around. Baker chases it down and gets it out of danger. Again, the net empty at the other side, although Mejia sprinting back. You can see her at midfield. 25 seconds to go. This one dangerously close to Williams, who comes out to play it and smother it as Warren looked to knock it free. But Caitlin Williams, a massive play here in the final seconds. 10 seconds to go. Williams. She'll send it away to finish this one. 2 straight come from behind victories for Binghamton. And the Bearcats go to 2-2 in America East play. As a result, overtaking UMBC.